game, okay? No matter how you come out of the blocks, which I thought the Lakers did a really good job. They hit some threes in the first 8 of them. That's a lot. But you can see as the game goes on, it's a 48-minute game. And Milwaukee came alive and, they began to, make their presence known defensively. And they have more than one weapon. They got some weapons on that team. Middleton's is really a hot guy. Holiday, Dante can get a hot. I know Giannis is the guy, but they showed why they are the Milwaukee Bucks. The Lakers struggled a little bit. Couldn't get offense going. Couldn't get, turn the ball over. Didn't really help. I think that was really slowed them down in the second half. In the second quarter was you turn the ball over. It affects so many other parts of the game. They just couldn't get it all together.
Yeah, and they've been inefficient offensively for some time. We showed the numbers, prior to the game. Yeah. It's been a struggle offensively. The first quarter, 8 threes. We thought, okay, the last couple games they've been shooting it well. Maybe that this will be the night that they can, put a few quarters together. But Milwaukee is so efficient offensively, really difficult to slow them down as the game went on. I thought even though the Lakers struggled, which when you're not making shots, you do start to lose some energy defensively. But at no time did the Bucks really struggle to score the ball, shot it really well. And, over the course of a game, 2 30-point quarters by the Bucks, second quarter, third quarter. And it was tough to slow them down.
And whether it's the energy dropping or you're starting to get out hustled because of so many turnovers or you just can't find that rhythm, let's talk about the wind going out of the sails for the team and fans, for all of us. I mean, the big news, Andre Drummond becomes a Laker. He's going to play. He's going to start. But you only really get to see him for 14 minutes. He comes out in that second half, doesn't start. You see him kind of playing with the toe sleeve, goes to the locker room, does not return, guys. So 14 minutes of action. Big toe on the right foot, contusion. X-rays came out negative. But Andre Drummond did not play in the second half.
Part of the game. Drummond hadn't played in a month.
6 weeks.
I said regardless of 6 months.
Yeah. 6 weeks.
6 weeks, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so I really wasn't expecting like a dominant game. I expected to come in, get used to the team. And I think he came in and played really, really hard. And that's hard to do after you hadn't been playing for a while. You come out, he's really trying to impress his new team. I thought his energy was really good. I think he got tired a little bit. Unfortunately, the toe is it's part of the game. I really wasn't expecting him to come in and turn things around immediately. We got what we wanted to see out of him, I think, tonight in one game, 14 minutes.
Yeah, and so big, so explosive, as an athlete. I remember Shaq, sustaining a toe injury and something that really lingered for him at certain points in a couple of our seasons. And, it's something to keep an eye on. Not sure if it had bothered him a little bit as he was training and preparing to come in. But as James said, to be in the condition that it took to just show up tonight and play 14 NBA minutes at high intensity,
it's hard.
That means he's been working out really, really hard. So definitely not something to rush him back if it really is, a contusion or something that's been kind of lingering a little bit over the last couple weeks.
By the way, Fish, that Shaq toe injury, the biggest toe injury I can ever remember, no pun intended, that was a big deal.
That was a huge deal.
It was a huge toe, figuratively, literally. But Andre Drummond, I guess, big game. The thought is, right, obviously the concern becomes you don't want that to linger. You hope he's okay. But people think, just a toe, but you're pushing off with that toe. You pivot with that toe, explode, everything. Get off the ground. I mean, it's.
Yeah, people think hangnails don't hurt,
but
they hurt like hell. You'd rather have a sprained ankle or something. But yeah, I mean, don't rush Drummond. I mean, you don't want to rush him back into anything. The toe is part of the foot, and you can't do anything without it. As you mentioned, Gita, it's stopping, it's starting, it's jumping. So yeah, I hope it's something mild and something he can recover from really quickly. But you can't rush it. There it is, Gita.
Yeah, you're getting a big look at the toe right there, Fish. There's the little toe sleeve.
Yeah, it's.
I was not betting that this would be the header of the post-game show, the big toe.
Got a little toe jam.
Yeah, trying to get that sleeve on there, and I mean, I don't know. That pain could be like actual
it's a bone
pain.
bruise.
Yeah. So if it's a bone bruise, I mean, that sleeve doesn't really, that only helps in terms of like, your shoe rubbing against the toe if there's, the irritation. So that helps protect the toe from friction. But if it's a bone bruise, I don't think that was something that maybe just happened tonight. It may be something that he sustained as he was training to prepare to come in.
Yeah. All right. What about the big three from the Bucks? We'll talk about the Bucks a little bit. They were on a 3-game losing streak. They were on a 6-game winning streak before that. We talked in the pregame show about Drew Holiday coming over. That acquisition was big for them. They were kind of hoping that would make them a contender. They've been pretty much a pretender the last few postseasons. Big game James, a kid out of Campbell Hall, UCLA. Had a big night tonight offensively. He usually doesn't give them that kind of offense, 25 points.
Yeah, sought after. A lot of people would have loved to have Drew Holiday because he possesses a lot of basketball skills. We don't talk about his defense. His defense is amazing.
Great two-way player.
Amazing defense. He's strong. He's like a little fire hydrant. You're not going to go around him. You're not going to out-muscle him. And he's very savvy with his hands. So if you put it in reach, he's really good at staying in front of you and moving laterally. And then offensively, he's a threat. He's strong. Same thing on the offensive end. He's strong upper body, the ability to post up smaller guards and go over the top with soft shots. He would have been a great pickup for anybody. But I think he really adds what Milwaukee needs and will need in a 7-game series in the playoffs.
Yeah, he averages 16 tonight. Actually 28, not 25. He had 28. Had that late three.
Yeah, just, efficient, man. He plays at his speed. Even as a young player, he doesn't play too fast, makes good decisions with the basketball. Like James said, he's an elite defender. Long arms, even though he's, probably listed at 6'4", 6'5", his arms are really long, can guard bigger players. And, it'll be interesting to see in the postseason with these three guys. Like Giannis, really having another playmaker, decision maker.
Put a lot of pressure off him, right?
Late in games. It takes a lot of pressure off the ball, having to be in Giannis's hands to create plays. And Chris Middleton continues to get better.
All right, guys, let's get you to the highlights. We take you to Staples Center. Andre Drummond making his purple and gold debut. Lakers host the Milwaukee Bucks. First quarter. Going to deny Dante DiVincenzo, James. Immediate impact on the defensive end.
The ability to go up and come down and get back up really quickly, that's a talent for a big man of his size.
Mike and the media.
Hey Frank, we saw the report about Andre and the toe X-rays negative. Anything else you can tell us about that at this point?
No, I don't know if he got stepped on or whatever, but it was really bothering him. Almost didn't return after halftime, gave it a run, and you can see he was limping. So we got him out to see if the doc could work on it a little bit, but wasn't able to return.
Is there anything that you can expect for the next day or two working on it? Any indication yet for when you might be able to play?
Yeah, I'll be reevaluated tomorrow, see how it feels overnight, and be day to day.
Frank, how deflating was that after the first half? It seemed like there was a lot of energy in the building with him coming in, and then starting the third quarter not having him out there. Did you feel like that had made an impact in that second half?
I don't think so. I think we got a next man up mentality with this group, and obviously we're all excited to see Dre in a Lakers uniform, and it didn't play out as long as we wanted, but we knew we had plenty to get the job done, and we just fell short.
All right, let's go to Dave.
Frank, I think you guys were a +7 in the 7 minutes Drummond played in the first quarter, maybe prior to bothering the foot. What did you see out of that group and his impact early on in the game?
Yeah, well, he draws a lot of attention in the paint, and during that stretch, we really shot the ball well from the perimeter. Something we really, we had some drill work in practice yesterday, and to create a lot of open shots for guys to get some live shooting work, and I thought that part paid off. We're playing the right way offensively, generating high quality looks, and Andre, rolling to the basket and being in the paint, draws a lot of attention, and guys knock down shots during that stretch. So he definitely benefited us during that.
Dan Wiki.
Hey Frank, I was hoping you could clear this up. So at some point in the first half, Andre's toe started bothering him, and then I know there was that delay in game. Start the second half, kind of what happened in that short amount of time, and we were kind of down here.
Yeah, he was just they were working on it at halftime. He came out, and they were still working on it as we were about to start the half. We expected him to be in there, but they were still working on it as the half was about to begin. So we had to go to Trez. We had to sub Trez.
And it wasn't anything that was bothering him, to your knowledge, before tonight?
I don't believe so, no.
All right, let's go to Kyle Goon.
Hey Frank, you guys have obviously just taken a bunch of hits in the last couple of weeks. I'm just kind of wondering, what do you tell your team, and what do you maybe even tell yourself, sort of about this next stretch if you guys have to keep going without Andre? I mean, does that add up cumulatively, or is there, or can you find a way to kind of keep your attitude maybe even?
You mean taking a lot of hits in terms of guys being out?
Yeah.
Referring to? Yeah, we don't worry about that. We're about the guys in the uniform. We know we have enough. We have a deep team. We've been playing really good basketball, getting better each game during this stretch, and we're confident that we can win. The schedule gets really tough, over the next couple weeks, but our group is going to keep working. We're going to grind. We're going to prepare, and we're going to believe in one another. And we expect to win.
Next up for the Lakers is a Friday night showdown with the Sacramento Kings. Tip-off is set for 7. We'll get you ready for game time with Access Sportsnet. Lakers starting at 6 right here on Spectrum Sports. Much more ahead. Andre Drummond leaves the game early with a big toe contusion. Good news is X-rays were negative. We'll have more post-game reaction from the Purple and Gold after the break.
Andre, could you take us through how you first hit or injured the toe, and then what was going on at halftime before you tried to come out in that third quarter?
Yeah, in the first quarter when I came out, Brooke had stepped on my foot, and I didn't really think anything of it. I came back in the second quarter and it was hurting a little bit more, and then after halftime, I finally took my sock off to look, and my whole toenail was gone. So it was just all bad from there. I couldn't walk or run, so I just told coach to take me out.
And what's the process at this point, Andre, in terms of what you do next?
As of right now, I'm just gonna what do you do for a toe? I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm just gonna talk to the training staff and find out what's the best thing to do to get back as quick as possible.
I suppose it's a little harder to evaluate your first game, given the toe injury, but how did you put together how things started for you and what you saw in your first evening here?
Yeah, in that first quarter, a lot of energy from our guys and myself. We're having a lot of fun out there. Just unfortunate for that to happen in the first game.
Aaron? Yeah, very unfortunate. I mean, before the game, you could see, you didn't have everyone without you, the sweat going. You look pretty excited to be playing for the first time in a month and a half. How frustrating is it to have that kind of taken away by a toenail?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. It's just unfortunate, like I said, it's unfortunate that it happened in the first game, but there's not much I can do about it. Just try to find a way to get better and come back ready to play next time.
Hey, Andre. Still trying to process everything you're saying just now, but was there any measure of relief that you got when you learned that the X-ray came back negative and that there, isn't the potential for a really long-term injury?
Yeah, I was definitely very happy to see that it was a negative result on the X-ray. So it's just a day by day, just icing it, taking care of it, making sure I get it wrapped up to seal the missing toenail that's not there.
So, Andre, making me cringe here, you say it. How painful is this? I mean, have you ever experienced something like this?
No, I mean, I've lost a toenail before, but this one was very painful. I'm looking at, you see me looking down at it because I'm like, I can't even put shoes on. I have on flip-flops right now, so it's very, very painful.
All right, we have time for one more with Andre. Let's finish with Rachel Nichols, please.
Hey, Andre, what's sort of the feel of the team and kind of where things are for you right now once you did finally get out with them? That what they're missing and what kind of boost you could provide. The idea that you could be there and kind of go through that at least at the beginning. What was that feeling like?
Yeah, I mean, if you saw the first couple minutes of the game that I was out there, just the energy defensively that I brought, and it kind of boosted everybody on both ends of the court. So, again, just unfortunate to, had this happen to me in the first game. Kind of was a little deflating for me, but, my head is high. Going to take it day by day and come back better than ever.
Thanks.
Andre, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so we got to hear from Andre right there. Lost the toenail. Brooks stepped on the first quarter. He noticed it at halftime. It was just getting more and more painful. He said right now he's got flip-flops on. Can't put on that shoe day to day because he really doesn't know what this is going to be like. But he did play 14 minutes. So your job, Fish, for Fish's Focus, is to break that down.